Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, winter. Welcome to the Tube, your one-stop stop for reviews, and this is going to be the first review of WWE Raw of the new age of NerdTube. I am the host with the most, the man between your thighs. I am Bossman, otherwise known as Gary, otherwise known as Funny B-Max, wherever you call me, I'm him. And I've been told by the powers that be that I have to review WWE Raw. I mean, I think that they should be flogged for making me do such a task. I mean, like, how dare they, summon me to fame in this fame in Hades. Indeed, they're both a bunch of twats, but like, I both love them. Generally, and this is all in just, and as I said, like, I think Raw is a poor program made by Paul. It's not Sam and Cheeto's fault that is a shit program. Anyway, let's review this. Anyway, WWE Raw starts off with talking. Not wrestling, which it should do, but talking. As Drew McIntyre comes up with a sword. Why is he coming up for a sword to talk? I don't know. And he's talking. He doesn't even get through his promo that's scripted for him before Big E comes out and interrupts him. So what the hell is the fact that he's talking? Shouldn't they just be wrestling? Have Drew McIntyre in an actual match. Make it against Big E, make it against. I'm trying to think of the Usos brothers as they come out later. But no, it's about how they're going to be facing each other at Doudrop. Who cares about Saudi Arabia? And they're talking, and all of a sudden the Uso brothers come out and give the two to some super critic. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible start to a wrestling program. We're doing this talking. We're not doing any sort of wrestling. And the thing is, what they're saying is just like, I'm going to beat you. I'm a train, and I'm going to run over you. It's like, we do training themselves, really. It's like, nothing interesting has been said by anybody ever. And then we go backstage for even more fucking talking, where Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are both talking about the King of the Ring tournament that Xavier Woods has been politicking online for to win. Basically, he's facing Ricochet for it. Now, this was a really, really good match. This was easily the best match of the night by quite some distance. They were doing really big power moves. They were doing they were doing a lot of dives and a lot of there's a great spot where Xavier Woods is on top and then Ricochet bounces up and gives him a superplex and stuff like that, and he goes through a plancha 3 times, but third time it costs him and stuff like that, and that's what ends up running the match. Xavier Woods hits the top the top rope flying elbow drop, 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Xavier Woods. Now, this was easily the best match of the night because both were doing really good moves, and I think it goes to show you what Raw can do when it wants to. Anyway, the next match was only 3 seconds, which was the Hurt Business, really fun Hurt Business, and against Mustafa Ali and Mansoor, who I don't even think especially on Raw, haven't been established as any sort of tag team of note. So it just felt a little bit rushed to have them out here and lose basically to the Hurt Business. But that's exactly what happens. You get beaten 1, 2, 3, and there you go. So next match is Shayna Baszler v Brooke, and this is basically what happens: is that Shayna Baszler basically hits Dana Brooke with everything, Coquina clutch, hits her with, ankle lock, stuff like that, stiff kick to the face, 1, 2, 3, your winner is Baszler. It's basically, yeah, it was a squash, that's what it was. Anyway, next match is Riddle, fucking hell, vs AJ Styles, vs Omos. The most untalented wrestler I've seen this side of Jen Gonzalez and Flaming Great Khali. He can do power moves, and that's it. Gives him a choke slam. No, AJ Styles no, give him more. Gives him a flaming roundhouse kick. Nope. Gives him a flaming another chunk slam. 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Omos. And then all of a sudden, like, they're beating up Riddle, and then all of a sudden, like, I got voices in my head, and On comes in, Awesome comes in, Akio Styles, and he makes the villains look like assholes. They look assholes anyway. I hate. I love AJ Styles, but I hate what they're doing to him in this flaming company. Alright, the next match is Austin Theory against Jeff Hardy. Now Jeff Hardy does some pretty decent moves, do some clotheslines, do some axe handles, twist of fate, 2 count. Austin Theory, tries to do some, submission holds, do that, R-Truth comes out, who apparently Hardy's feuding with, don't care. Hardy hits the twist of fate, then Theory avoids gets the hold of 1, 2, 3, your winner is Austin Theory, which again will make Austin Theory look good. This match wasn't particularly too good, but it's alright. Next match, Jinder Mahal versus Kofi Kingston, 2 ex-WWE champions. And Jinder Mahal's lackeys basically, interfere all the time, making Jinder Mahal look like a complete chump, which he is. There was like the SOS, there was the sort of like the cross 2 leg drop he does. He hit that, he goes for, then he gets distracted, goes for the top rope move. Jinder Mahal gets him in the clash. 1, 2, 3, your winner is Jinder Mahal. It was okay. Too much interference for my personal liking. Next match, Sasha Banks as Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Now, they tried to do a match and then he just breaks down and the authority comes out and says, no, you got to have a Sonya Deville and the Pace come out and say, you need to actually tag around. So they start doing it and then it breaks down fucking again. And so the 40 finishes until fight, and they start beating each other for real, flaming. They all each other with pretty power moves, and then flaming Becky Lynch looks like a complete, and the thing is, 40 finish on flaming. I just wasn't a fan of this. Sorry, especially what comes up later. The next is Doudrop versus Natalya, and Doudrop is this rolls flaming Natalya up. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just didn't care about the person. I don't care about Doudrop. And I don't care about flaming Natalya. Next match, the Usos vs Big E and they did it again. They flaming did where the they did like different moves and again. Big E and Drew could have won this if they just would put their egos to the side. And again, so it makes them look like complete idiots. To be honest with you, the Usos should be winning this because they're an actual tag team. But hit super kicks. No, that doesn't happen at all. So they counted out Big E. Who cares? The Usos actually won by count out, not by actual pinning the guys. And then what happens is that they get rid of Jimmy J. McIntyre hits Big E with a Claymore. McIntyre looks good going into. But again, this was a subpar role. Really, really subpar. Far beyond subpar. Actually, really, really subpar. Really, really bad stuff. And I really hate this program. Do more wrestling. Do wrestling to begin your program. Don't do it with people fucking talking. Have it, I don't mind a little bit of talking, but not a lot of talking. You make yourself look like chumps. Anyway, that's my Raw review.